Everyone, welcome to what are we doing? Dlight Sair, featuring Remy and Boomie, episode 1 of season 2. I know, you all missed this, of course. I'm sure Remy missed it.
I watched all of them. I remember how fun it was watching as
Yeah.
a viewer. So I'm glad you brought it back for the viewers out there.
Yeah, and we got 2 lovely guests. If you would like to introduce yourselves. 3.
3?
3?
2. It's 2.
Oh, Remy's not a guest now. That's right.
Yeah. All right, yeah. Hi guys, Phazon.
Link your
Hi.
Twitters.
Yeah,
You
link
can't
everything.
see me.
Socials.
You can't see me, but it's your boy Yoni, Pugsy XD. Hit me up.
Unsponsored.
Unsponsored, by the way.
Sadly, he's working on it.
Yeah, Phazon sponsored by Noble eSports.
Mm-hmm.
For the time being, until he gets dropped. So, anyways.
Can you not leak, please?
So, what we are doing today is talking about the glorious Brawlhalla ranked queue. And all of the things about it. Mainly how glorious it is. And
So
how
we're only
glorious
looking at
it's not.
positives. Oh. I mean, if I had to start us off, I think ranked acts as a good system for new players to get into the game, and it allows them, like any ranked system should, to tell when they're getting better and if they're getting better.
I actually think, like, for new players, it's the exact opposite. You get thrown in with ranked at 1200 elo. I'm sure, like, every new player deserves to be at, like, 800 elo and not 1200. They have to lose so many times to get to their actual rank. It's ridiculous.
I mean, it drops you.
Yeah, go on.
Go ahead. Okay, it drops you at 1400, like when you start. Like most.
No, it's at 1200.
Well, it looks like most of the people on the leaderboard, they've probably played last season, which is why. But
yeah,
when they have like a 1 hour, it usually drops them at 1400. But even at 1200 is kind of like, it's not even that crazy, considering that it is a soft reset and people do start higher based on where they were before.
No, I'm saying for completely new players, you start at 1200. And the people who are at 1200 know how to play the game. The only way it's fair is if you're playing against new players or bad players when you start. Like, do you guys remember when there were placements in this game? And it was like 5 placement games? I don't know where that went, to be honest.
You place in silver every single
time.
Yeah,
you place in silver every time. Yeah, okay, that's true. Anyways, why do you have 2 ranks below where you start? That makes no sense. Why do you have 2 ranks below where you start?
Well, I mean, I was gonna say at one point, didn't they just start you off in 10?
Like there was like one. I think after season 0, when they made it season 1, it was a hard reset and everybody started at 10. But I think after that, it's just been soft resets, and then they've just been.
If you're new, like the one time I've ever made a Smurf, it started me in 10, but you just get like a rank per game. So
right.
Yeah.
I think another problem is there's no like true unranked 1v1 queue.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like strikeout and like experimental and stuff, but there's no like queue that's just advertised as unranked 1v1 3 stocks, normal.
Yeah, so new players are like, go ahead.
I was just gonna say most games like have that where it's like they have the ranked game mode and then they literally have the exact copy of the ranked game mode with no elo system, where it's like they're still matchmaking, so you're still getting people like you're close to in skill, which like strikeout and stuff apparently has, but there's no like, okay, this is where you practice ranked.
There's no like quick play almost. Like the quick play for Brawlhalla is like the free for all strikeout experimental and all that. It's not just like I guess a good comparison, at least in my head, is like Overwatch. When I first initially started playing, like they don't even let you play ranked at the beginning. You have to play quick play or whatever, just some other game mode to get your account level up. But quick play is like, I mean, it's the same thing. Boom, you know this. It's right. It's just not ranked.
Yeah.
Essentially the same thing. Yeah.
And honestly, like, not having like a gate. Like no gate is good with
Right.
with Brawlhalla. The issue is that with how like you are when you start the game and you like don't have any idea of what you're doing, you shouldn't be playing against people like that for multiple games in a row when you start the game. Like
Yeah, I'm kind of getting what you're saying now, because like I feel like it's for a lot of people that play the game that kind of gives a negative outlook, like for the road ahead, where they get placed in the same elo as people like you said have been playing the game for a while, and so at that point it's like, dude, all like I'm just losing. Like I feel like that's a really big
turn
discourager for a
off.
lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if there were placement games where every elo gain and loss was like multiplied by like 5 or like 4 or something like that for like the first 3 or 4 games, it would be so
Mhm.
much better for you to actually start like where your skill is. Like I was talking about it earlier, like I know chess, like your first few games, you get like plus 100 and minus 100 for wins and losses, and it's like the exact same elo system as us.
Yeah, and chess you also play against pretty good players when you're starting out though. Like you start at 1500 in
Yeah,
mini chess,
I actually think it's the
which is like
exact
pretty
same.
high.
Like in Brawlhalla.
You,
I think it's
Yeah.
you
the exact same issue.
like
Mhm.
when it comes to like that, I still feel like even like that is good, but it's like if you just make them, like Vinny said, have to play a number of games outside of rank, like force them to, then it really does show that, oh, this person actually wants to continue playing the game when they move into ranked, rather than ranked is the first thing they play because it's the first thing that they can just go into and play.
I actually think like gating that kind of thing is really bad and unhealthy. Like the reason that other competitive games do it is mostly because they're team games. And you
Right.
don't want to like be griefed by a level 1 player in your team game of ranked.
Yeah. It's important in those games.
Yeah, but like if somebody wants to pick up the game and instantly go into ranked, they should start at a very low rank. Like that's the whole idea that I'm trying to
Yeah,
push.
it does fix it if they start at a very low rank, because like I was gonna say that a problem with that is like, oh, they just start drop somewhere random and then it inflates ranking because the people beating them go up. But if they just start really low, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I disagree with the placement system. I just think like a lot of people might just like fluke out and just like start pretty high when they're not supposed to, and that can like kind of damage the rank system. I think if you just start at a base elo of like
Yeah.
800 or something, then
Yeah.
that would just be better than placements.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
placements also kind of super encourage smurfing because you can just like get super high or relatively high elo pretty quickly when you make a new account if there's placement matches.
Yeah, and I was gonna say like it's just so I almost want to know the reason. I mean, it's not a huge deal to me, but it's like I kind of want to know the reasoning behind why they moved away from the placement matches in the first place, and like they just changed it to, oh, like we'll start people at 1200 elo, which is silver, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just like why not just start them off lower in period or whatever. Um, that's I'm curious to see the thought process or whatever. I mean, I don't know if you guys have any inside
My
thoughts or what you've heard
So
about
my
that.
idea is like they don't want to start it too low because if they start it too low, then people who lose a lot at the beginning can get like super demoralized. Like if they started at like 800 and you lose a lot and you're at like 400 or something like that,
Right.
that could like super discourage playing. So I understand like I think they should start it one rank above the lowest.
Okay.
I feel like when we look at things like that, it's because, and I feel like this is like really onto them. It's like they've explained that ranked isn't like a completely competitive thing, and it should be. Like they should have the mindset where it's like ranked is our. If you don't play tournaments, ranked is where you
Yeah.
go to be competitive in the game. And right now, I feel like there's nothing separating it from that really. And like Boomy was saying just like a second ago, it's like you you feel discouraged from playing the game for losing in ranked, and you should be allowed, like you guys made the point that you should be allowed to go into ranked instantly, but not everyone is going to do that, because if there is a separate queue, people will go to it as soon as they come in. So forcing, not forcing them, but just like giving ranked is the only way to play the base game as soon as you start. If you don't want to play free for all or stuff like that, then and if you give them that option to go play something else and not rank, it really does allow them to keep playing if they're new, because you don't feel as bad seeing that you lost the game, okay, when compared to you lose the game and then you're seeing the elo go down.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. I think adding an unranked 1v1 queue is like long overdue. But specifically, like, I honestly think they might just be like negligent to doing that at this point. Like, they don't want to. I feel like if they wanted to, they would have done it by now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like their idea is just they don't want to split up the player base,
Yeah,
like in
exactly.
terms of that, like I guess that part of the community.
Yeah,
and
they
that's why
want.
I'm like feeling that they just don't separate the competitive side of the game, not counting tournaments, from the casual side of the games. Like they have the Brawl of the Week here and stuff like that, but there's no way to go just play Brawlhalla and have it just be for fun, because it's just like, okay, I have to play ranked, and that's the only thing I'm gonna get out of it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree with that. It's just like for the newer players, like as long as that is the case, there needs to be like something done to make it so that it's not as like it's not as unfun when you're starting off. Like every new account that I make, starting at 1200 and then like slowly climbing up, is so unfun. And I can only imagine what it's like for like a new player slowly declining, like 10 games in a row. Like you're terrible at the game and you just get dumpstered 10 games in a row. When if there's like an elo inflation at the beginning, like a elo gain loss inflation at the beginning, then it would be so much like more pleasant for newer players.
Yeah, I could see that if you're not getting, like, definitely in a lot of other games where you play, when you do feel like upset when you see that the elo's going down, or like you feel like you're not really getting better as you play, and if you start them off lower where they're not going down as hard, or you just don't give them that option to go down, not don't give them an option, but like they just have something else they can be doing, it really does help with getting people to want to continue playing.
So you think it's like more important that we have an unranked 1v1 queue than to like increase the newer player experience in ranked?
I feel like when you like talk about the newer player experience in ranked, it's like what can they really do to increase it by a lot? You know, like to make it really substantial that a new player is really having fun when he first gets into ranked.
By allowing them to play against players of their skill level.
I mean,
That's the biggest
yeah, but
issue.
that was like the first thing we talked about, just like making the base start of rank just like a lot lower.
Yeah.
Because if you're going up, you'll be going up fast, and you'll just play against people that are as good as you. And if you start low, then like I just said, you'll just be winning and going up. So it's fine if they just make it start lower, you'll be playing against people that you're as good as. Whereas if you start at 1200, there's a lot to go down basically.
Yeah. I think that's like a huge problem. Like even more than at the top, there not being a rank to distinguish. Like at the bottom, like
Yeah.
for players, like for this company, right? It's so much more important that they keep retention from new players
Yeah.
than like satisfying us, for example. Like compared to the new players, we don't matter. So I think where the system falters is with the new players.
I think almost a better way to not better way, but another way to put it is like the new players think the same, but like the people at the very top with like the like even 2400 plus elo, like all those people, like yeah, they don't that's unimportant to them because majority of the players, I mean, are gonna be in the lower ranks. Like Diamond, I'm gonna take a guess and say is definitely like the smallest percentage. That's where the smallest percentage of players are, anyways.
Yeah,
So that's definitely not
easily.
as important to them.
It's like it shouldn't be important to them also for the fact that it's like we've gotten to diamond, like we're most people like they've gone 2500, and it doesn't take like they're not doing it in like 20 games. So it's like these people are playing the game and you can tell they already like it. So look at the people that don't like the game and make ranked better for them, because obviously we're like fine with the system. There's no way you can make the system worse. So if you better it for the people that aren't playing, then you're not going to lose the people that are. So they should focus on the lower ranked people.
Yeah, yeah. I just want to say that when I first started playing, it was like a really long time ago, and the system is kind of pretty much the same since then. And when I started, I think I lost like 10 games in a row or
Yeah,
something, and it
exactly.
was like it actually felt so bad. Like I think any normal human being would have just like quit there. I
Yeah,
was like too competitive to do that. But like most human beings are just like, okay, I'm not touching this game ever again.
Yeah.
Like it is literally just the worst feeling to lose like that, and it's just I don't know. It's just kind of ridiculous. Like people need to start really low elo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Remy, you said like that we're just fine with it how it is. I would say it's just more like we accept it how it is. Like we've hit a point where to us like it doesn't matter that the system is the way it is.
I mean,
I
that
wouldn't say
would
that like,
like,
we're necessarily happy about it. It's just kind of like, okay, this is how it's gonna work, and that's where how we're gonna handle it.
yeah, I mean, I feel like that'd be like a different thing than like, because for them to make us happy isn't the same thing to make lower players happy. For example, like what the stuff we complain about isn't like discouraging us from playing the game because we're losing in the game. It's more like, oh, we're in the queue for too long, oh, the elo gains and losses don't make sense and we're too high and stuff like that. But I feel like if we really like, what we're looking at is keeping people playing, and I do feel like even though we might not be completely happy with the queue, we've proven to them that we're gonna keep playing the queue. So
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think we're all on the same page. Kind of like the new player experience is really bad. Like when you first launch Brawlhalla, like for the first time, and you go into ranked, you don't have an enjoyable time unless you're already
Mhm.
good, which is unlikely.
Yeah, and for me, I know the way I started off playing was I didn't even play ranked for like a period of time. It was just like I had friends that played the game, and I was like, that's how I got introduced to it. And I would just play custom games with them. Um, so I don't know. That's another thing. Like I'm curious to see is like how many people just pick up the game on their own versus people who see like their friends playing it or something, or like a group of people. There's like, oh hey guys, like there's this game. There's this platform fighting game. We could all play. It's free or whatever. I think a lot more people. Uh, anyways, just like pick up the game like with friends and whatnot instead of just on their own to go into the queue. But
mhm.
that's just me.
I can
Yeah,
definitely see that like a lot of people just come in like they've playing with their friends and then they decide, oh, today I'm bored, nothing to really do, so I'm just gonna go in and play ranked or something in this
Hmm.
game that I have downloaded.
yeah. I just want to say I went to the 21,000th page on the Brawlhalla leaderboards. Every single person on here has 1186 elo and they're 0-1. That's like a problem. There are literally thousands and thousands of people who are just like 0-1, 0-1, 0-1, 0-1. And that's just not okay, I don't think. There needs to be like
I guess
literally thousands.
I guess that in my like the first thing that comes to my mind when you talk about how it's a problem, like what do you guys think of adding some sort of like decay system?
I mean, there's no point in adding decay for any rank other than the highest rank, especially in a game like
I
this.
agree with that.
I don't see how decay would really affect anything besides the highest rank, and even then, I don't feel like people sitting on the rank is a problem.
The people, like what Yoni's saying, like with people going 0-1, I guarantee you they go 0-1 and they uninstall the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get beat so bad they just think like it's not even worth it at this point.
Hmm.
And they just uninstall. so
Like
I,
from rank a million to about rank 2 million, it's just people who have lost all their games. Like literally.
yeah.
And I mean, we can't stop them from losing the game, but it's definitely the fact that, oh, I feel like I'm not. If this is like if this is where I start and I'm this bad, I definitely don't want to continue playing. Probably mentality like that,
Yeah.
instead of just like them not liking the game.
Yeah, so like starting lower is super important. And
Yeah.
I've actually talked to like some people in BMG about this, and like they echo the same sentiment. I'm like not sure entirely what's going on, but I think like if there was a data point that we could look at for how many people play 1 to like 3 ranked games and they lose and then they uninstall, I bet it'd be like so much more than people who play 3 ranked games and lose them all and keep playing.
Yeah. I mean, to bring up what Pugsy's saying, like he said he was at like 1100, even at 1500, like the 2000th page, there are people in gold that just go 1-0 or 0-1 or like 0-4 and they just stop playing. Cuz gold because it goes gold, platinum, diamond. That's the top 3 ranks and there's no reason people should be starting like even close to that. If there's like we're looking at like what 5 or 6 ranks, you should probably be starting at like the first or second one if you're starting the game.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, I think we're all on the same page on this.
Yeah.
So, moving on, I think something that top players, especially like people that are higher rank, have been talking about for forever is like rewards and some substantial rewards that actually encourage playing the game. Once you reach diamond.
Not even just that. They should just add like a gold plus skin like League has. Like you
I agree.
Gold, you get a skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. That and also there's actually just no reason not to. Like there's just no reason not to add a skin that you just get for playing the game or something of like substantial that you get. Like right now you get the borders and stuff, and that's good, but it's not. I just feel like it's not like all of the borders also are reskinned for the ranks color except for diamond, which is also like kind of weird. But I just feel like they have nothing to lose by adding a skin or something you get for getting a rank.
So, just play devil's advocate. Like the problem with adding a skin, like a skin specifically, is that it's only for one character. The system that they have right now encourages every kind of player to play because you get to choose what your rewards are, basically, right? And I also feel like the new players, like looking at the like glory rewards is actually good for them. It's just once you start playing for a really long time that the rewards seem meaningless.
Even the glory rewards, like I don't think they're even meaningless at where we're at. Even the colors are good, they're quality colors, and the way you get them makes sense. That's like the glory system is working out really well. The thing is, the glory system also runs out, and when you are at the point where we're at, you end up getting most of them or most of the ones you want. And they added gold forge, which is also good. Not that I like the color or the weapon skins, but it's good that they added it because it's something new past that. But how long can they just keep stacking it onto each other?
Exactly.
Also, them not having in-game leaderboards yet is just a travesty.
I agree.
That's really.
There's just gotta be in-game leaderboards.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, they show the rank, like your rank in game. Once you get to the top 250, there's no way that they can't support it.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that's like, how high is it on their priority list? I mean, it's clearly not. So it's just like, even though it's one of those things, like, why don't we have it yet? Like, just about. I mean, it feels like just about everyone else does, or every other game does, but it's like we're at a point with it. It's like, okay, we've gone this long without it, and it's not hurting us. So it's like we don't need it.
The thing is, like,
from their eyes,
it is hurting the engagement from the players at the top. Now that you say that, I don't think I've ever played a game that is like multiplayer and competitive that doesn't have an in-game leaderboard. Like, I'm thinking about every game I've ever played, and I don't think I've ever.
It's actually insane.
Yeah.
Not even that, but like honestly, I feel like if you are below like mid or high to high plat, you don't even know that there's a leaderboard. Like there's not a substantial way to get to it.
That's true.
Yeah, that too. Like they have no idea that even exists.
From Brawlhalla, you have no way to get to the leaderboard. You have to go. You have to know that they have their website. Go to their website and then click ranked at the top right. to know that they have a leaderboard.
Yeah.
What Dota just did is they like released a patch with no balance changes, no skins, no nothing. It was literally just we're gonna fix all the shit that's needed to be fixed for like the last forever. They just need a patch like that. Literally
Yeah.
just get all like the quality of life stuff out of the way and just like one big patch and then just focus on whatever you want to focus on.
Yeah.
But it's gonna catch up. It's gonna catch up.
Right. Yeah, now that like Remy said, like how you have to know about the website and stuff. If I'm being honest, the Brawlhalla rankings website is like a relic from the beta days.
It's not even
Like,
designed
it's
on
just
the design of the current website.
it's just like it's just so it's like they have this and like that's what they've been. I don't know. It's just like it feels like there's no need for. I mean, once they add it in game, it's almost like what's the point of having the website?
Yeah.
You can have
No, there is no
just-
point in
there's
adding the website.
No, it's not like
other
there's
than
no point having
searching.
the website. You can,
Right.
yeah, it allows you. You can search. You should be able to search in game, but it's like it allows you to keep that track because you can't. You should be able to like. They should make it so you can use that website to see previous seasons and look at information like that. Because knowing that stuff isn't gonna be detrimental. Like you should have the websites updated for. I mean the in-game update for the current season and stuff like that, and you should look at the website for past seasons and just like general statistics and stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I also think what Pugsy said about how like what Dota did, and they just released a big patch that was just all quality of life stuff. We're at a point with like the game and esports and whatnot where there's just so many tournaments happening that it's like, you know, people want these balance changes and whatnot. It's like, but they obviously can't happen. So it's almost like why haven't we or why hasn't there been like just these big quality of life things yet?
Yeah, I
It
agree.
just feels like if when it's like there's no chance that there's going to be a balance patch for like months. It's like why aren't they? I mean, maybe they are. I don't work there, but it's like I feel like it's still the main focus is still like balance, even though it's like not going to happen. Just focus on something else. Like use this time where there's no chance that we're going to get a nerf or buff to fix things that need to be addressed.
I'm
go ahead.
I'm like confused about like I'm sure the reason is that there's other priorities that are more important, but how long can this kind of thing get pushed back is like what I'm concerned about because 2v2 search like it's such a dumb thing. Like 2v2 searching has been promised for 2 years.
More than that.
And nothing has happened. There's no like obviously I'm not like a coder. I don't know how it works, but there's no way that they can't find out how like they can't figure out how to do it. It's just a matter of doing it.
Yeah.
Because the API supports it. You can search it on other websites what your teammates have been.
That's actually really weird that it doesn't exist, especially considering that you can like look at 2v2 teams on other websites and where they stand. Like if you go to BrawlDB, you can see 2v2 teams and who a person has played with and all that stuff. Like even if there's a bot on Discord where if you just do !2v2q, it shows you, and you can check your team and your match stats with a specific person.
Yeah.
So it's weird that you can't go to the website for that. And another thing on the website is like in game should show the current ranks, the current like should show the ranks and the leaderboard. But they can just use that website if that exists to show your specific match history because they have that information. They keep track of all the games you play.
Oh, match history. Yeah, that's another thing. They don't even show you that in the actual game.
Yeah,
they don't show it to you.
Version of it.
They don't show it to you, and your replays literally delete when the patch changes. So like, you literally have no way to keep track of that past a certain point.
Yeah, your cam. Okay.
I know.
I guess
go ahead.
Another thing I noticed with like the website is that they have they had the cache tab for the longest time, and now it's like, and then once they added the power rankings one, like the cash one is just like forgotten about. It's just like I don't know. The website as a whole, I just feel like it's a bunch of things that are like it's just like the searching, like the cache, like what is needed and what isn't. Just like either get rid of it, update it,
Everything
or
feels like
do
they just
something
put it
else.
in and they just like, all right, run with it.
It's actually
just
so
go.
ridiculous. I don't know. It's like I'm so used to it because I've been playing this game forever, and it's just like this is just the way it is. But when you like
Yeah.
say it out loud and just like think of all the stuff that like just doesn't exist, it's like this is actually just ridiculous. Like there's so much just like quality of life and just like basic things that they just need to add, and they're just not in the game.
Yeah. I don't know. And like none of us here, which is this is kind of unfortunate part. Like I don't think any of us really know how hard it is for them to like make these changes and whatnot. But I'm like I'm so curious as to like someone who knows what they're talking about. Like do they think like stuff like this is a investment that would take a long time to do? Personally, again, this is just an assumption, but I think this stuff compared to like what they're doing now takes so much less time if like someone just kind of sat down and was like the dedicated person working on it. But again, is it worth for them to have that person kind of sit down and really like grind through this stuff right now?
Especially when you like put it like that, like it gets into perspective where it's like we're getting different IPs from different games, which takes like lots of time to do and talking to the other companies and stuff like that. Whereas making a leaderboard and stuff like that, you can just do in your own game. You don't have to go to anyone for it besides your own developers that are working with you. So when you look at it like that, it's like for it to be 5 years and we can't look at the rank inside its own game. It's like how long does it really take? And it's not to like hate on BMG or saying they're not working hard because obviously they are, but it's like you just wonder why it's not done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'll be honest, like I don't read I mean I read the like patch notes and stuff, but I guess I sometimes feel and I mean I can't say this as much because of the access like us four and some others have to the devs, but it's like the people that aren't the top players, I feel like they have no way to know what's going on or why
Yeah.
certain things are happening. I feel like that's something that is really big. Aside from patch notes, like what like how does 99.9% of the player base know what's gonna happen when? I guess the dev
Actually, dev
streams
stream.
kind of, but it's like there's just it's just like that's like a post or something on the website that they can make every week or whatever, like what their goal is, what they're going to do for the next month, what they plan on adding in the next patch. I guess that's done in dev streams and whatnot, but just like just something like to make it more like make it personal or whatever, so it's like people don't just feel so out of the loop aside from like like I said, these patch note things and videos that they do.
I mean, you also have to think about this like realistically. Is it important that the 99.9% of the player base is aware of what's going on before it is going on? Because
I mean,
does it matter if people know about a tournament that they can't play in, or if they, if like
I don't know, probably not.
yeah, like I don't think they care is the thing. Like they will see.
But like, what if they do?
What if they do?
What if you like?
What do you lose for
If you
telling
get
them?
them into that kind of stuff, like tournaments and stuff, by letting them know.
Yeah.
It's just opportunity to grow. Even if like 99% of the people won't care, like the 1% is still valuable on that front in terms of just overall growth and stuff like tournaments.
Yeah. There's people who like the people who do care, they're gonna find ways to figure these things out. And the people that don't care, I mean, even if they're having this stuff, the info like shoved in their face, like they'll just I mean, it doesn't matter to them.
I mean, the thing with the people that don't care is they also probably just don't know. Like that's the thing. You have to it's like we're putting them into either they care or they don't care, but
in that section of
just don't
people
know.
that don't care. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's probably a large majority that just
It's
simply
probably in both that just don't know. Like they probably do care and are wondering. And yes, you're right. Those people, if they really do care and are wondering, they'll go find out themselves. But I feel like in a large majority, not a large majority, but like at least a large majority of the people that don't care just don't know, and a large majority and a substantial amount of people that do care don't have easy access to the information.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that you said how they don't have easy access to the information. I think that brings up a good point. Like a good example of that would be the Brawlhalla. Like, I mean, not so much as it was before they reworked the UI, but like the Brawlhalla eSports thing. Like, it still is kind of. It can be hard to find like the eSports tab if you're just like logging on. Like, I forget it's there half the time.
Yeah, I do
It's
too.
just kind of like it doesn't stick out or anything. It's just very it blends in with everything else.
I'll
Yeah,
put it like this to me. If you didn't invite me to every 2v2 tournament, I would never know there is a 2v2 tournament
That's
because
actually
I've never
true.
clicked on that tab. And
yeah,
yes, people watch the dev streams, so this is not. I'm not just gonna like say they don't watch dev streams, but I personally like don't check the dev streams that often. Like the dev streams get like 400 views, which is fine, but there's still a lot of people that have no clue what tournament is going on.
Yeah.
Like I'm serious. If you didn't remind me to sign up for the 2s tournament, I would not know it's happening.
And here's the other thing. If we have like millions of players and 400 people, only 400 people are watching and actually are aware of what's going on, that's like the biggest problem with esports. Like that's why we don't get viewership. There's the giant majority of players have no idea what's going on.
yeah. And it goes beyond. It definitely goes beyond. Like, we have crossplay for what, Xbox,
Switch and PC.
Switch, and PC.
Yeah.
Like it goes beyond. Even if we had PS4, maybe that'll help. That would help some, but it's definitely something that needs to be still looked at as a separate issue. It's not like I feel like some people still have the idea that like crossplay is going to be the end all be all, and it's like it's going to be, there's so many people on PS4 now. All these people on PS4 are going to be able to enter in these tournaments really easy. So now more people are going to be wanting to watch the streams and whatnot. Um, I used to think that it would really help, but I'm at a point where I think it might help some. But like you said, it's it's a big issue where if maybe we go from 400 people, even if that number was doubled, where it went from 400 to like 800 people watching dev streams, for example, that's still like so small compared to the potential viewership they could have.
Yeah, there's just so
Um,
much untapped like
yeah.
population.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like it just goes back to when you launch the game, it doesn't tell you.
Yeah, it
anything
doesn't
about
tell
the
you
game.
anything
It
about
is
what's
just like
going
you
on.
launch the game, and it just gives you options of what you want to play in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the funniest thing is like, um, when you say it like that, it's like they have like a tutorial and whatnot, but
Oh.
that is like, I'll be on. Like, I mean, granted, I already knew how to play the game, but it's just like that tutorial. It's something else.
Hey man, don't
Like,
have
Not
they
the
don't even
tutorial.
show you really how to like navigate. It's like you just
No,
The
dude,
find
tutorial?
everything yourself
is
and
where that's where my boy Lil Cap got his core values at, bro. That tutorial that kept us clean for a long time.
I've played the tutorial like 3 times, and it teaches you nothing, dude. Like, in terms
Yeah.
of the scope of what you need to know to be able to play the game like functionally, it teaches you like so little. It teaches you how to move around and what button attacks. It doesn't teach you
And then
anything past
it
that.
tells you to
And the
side
thing
sig
and
on the next one, and that's it. The tutorial ends.
That's
Yeah, and the part is like, to me, like, even to find a tutorial, you have to go to offline play
Yeah.
first, and then
It doesn't even show
tutorial.
you where the tutorial is.
When you
really.
launch the
It's not
game,
like would you like to play the tutorial?
yeah, no, as I think it's like that if you make a fresh account, but
No, it's not.
Boomy?
it's
It's
not.
not.
Okay. Well, when you make a fresh account, you should have to play the tutorial. There's no reason for you not to.
I mean,
you should get in, especially if the tutorial is that quick, that easy, and that low value. It should force you to play it. It just tells you to move and what keys attack. There's no reason for you not to play it.
Add like chapters to it or something.
Yeah.
where it covers different things like chase dodging and dashing and fast falling and recovering. It's like
I feel like a lot of people would be a lot better at the game instantly if they just had all of that.
Yeah. There's so much room for improvement in the tutorial. Anyways, back to ranked. So, I think another huge problem with ranked is like how long the queue times are. Like, especially for someone like me, I'm actually okay. Before I even talk about this, but wait, no, not even about this. About like I've talked about it on Twitter, but like it's actually ridiculous that I'm farther away from Diamond now than I was when I started playing the game. I'm above, like I'm more elo away now than I was when I started the game.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I understand, like, they want Diamond to be an attainable goal for everyone, right? What? Like, why? Honestly, like, why? I don't understand that.
I don't know.
I get what you're saying.
I mean, it's not like they're forcing it to be attainable. Like, what are you saying? Diamond should be harder to reach?
No, I'm saying there should be something above Diamond, like something that actually distinguishes good players from
the bad.
Yeah.
Even then, they should stretch out the ranks more. Like silver's tiny, so is bronze. Like there just needs to be a broader like because plat's huge, right? Plat's like it's something like 400 elo.
Yeah, plat's like 320 elo. I think.
They just need to make like I guess the lower ranks a bit bigger.
What if they did a system where it's like by the percentage, like if you're in the top like 3%, then you're gonna be in X rank, or if you're at the very top, where
at that point don't make it a percent, just make it a number.
I think here's what I think they should do. I think if it's not to like just add a new rank baseline, like I think the way Overwatch's system does it, where they have Grandmaster and then top 500, I think that's really solid. So I think like another rank above Diamond and then a like top X%, like to the point where it's so little that it's so prestigious. Like everyone wants to get it, and it's based on the population of your region. So like Japan, there'd be like one person in there.
Right.
US, there'd be like 15 or 20 or something like that. Like that actually encourages players to like reach for that rank
and to actually care about it.
Yeah, because right now there should never be a situation where one person, regardless of how much time they have, should be able to get all 5 of the top 5 spots in ranked. There should be enough people playing the ladder.
I mean, yeah, like 100%. And also, it's like, back to the thing about like queue times in themselves. I feel like it's hard to say that queue times are bad when you're 2800 and you're literally 100 above the second person, which also probably shouldn't be happening in a healthy ranked system.
Yeah, there's nothing to go for. Like I've like everyone who's 2600 has proved it. Like they've proved everything. There's no reason for them to go any higher other than just saying that they could, like that they can. There's no incentive.
And the thing is, like, that's why I was gonna say the thing with rank, like time of queue is like, for me, for example, I wouldn't say I get a game instantly, but there are players around me that I insecure queue into, obviously, and that just goes the thing with timing is that you queue into the people around you, and in a healthy system there are always people around you. So I don't feel like queue times are bad. I feel like queue times are bad when you're that high because no one is around you for you to queue into. Like, I don't know. I feel like when the people around my rank are playing, you do get games. The thing is, the people around my rank don't play, and that's because, like you said, there's no reason for them to play.
I can speak from personal experience. I'm about 25-20, I think, on the leaderboards. Like, if there was like some higher reward, like I don't know, I got some like border that says like rank 1. I would go for rank 1, dude. It's like I just feel no reason to play ranked. Once you hit a certain point, it's just like, okay, I'm diamond, I don't care anymore, whatever.
And plus, if you play rank with one legend, you can get to 2700 and then just hold that spot with if I just played Mordex to 2700. Okay, now I can just mess around. It'll just show on the leaderboards and everything that I'm, top 5 or whatever.
That's another thing.
In reality, it's like
that's a different
I'm just tanking my heals by messing around.
You can totally game the system. Like, if you have enough time, you can genuinely play people who are 400 elo below your legend elo constantly and still increase in the legend elo. Like, if you have the whole concept of legend elo is terrible for competition. It is terrible.
It doesn't make sense. Like, it only exists because they don't want casuals to feel discouraged from playing different characters in ranked. But that's why you have a different queue that isn't ranked, because ranked isn't supposed to be a casual environment. It doesn't make sense to have it that you're supporting more casual play in ranked. You should be in ranked trying your best to go up in ranked. So you shouldn't be playing multiple characters unless you're actually good at multiple characters.
Yeah.
I think the legend elo thing would be a good idea if there was just like legend elo. So it'd be like a cool thing if you're like, I don't know, like rank 1 Linfei. It's like, okay, I guess you keep
but it's
that title.
disconnected from like the
leaderboard. Yeah,
it's just not even a thing. When I heard they made it, I thought that's how it was gonna be, because that just seemed like the most logical approach. But it just didn't happen. It's just like it feels like it serves no purpose, I guess.
Yeah, there's no reason for legend elo to affect your rank on the leaderboard. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and it's not even your matchmaking.
Yeah, it doesn't affect your matchmaking either.
It doesn't determine at all. It just there's no reason for it to exist.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, you can just drop with a random legend that you don't care about and get to like 2300 elo if you're 2600 and play against 2300 elo players with your main character and just farm them because you're way better than them.
Right.
You're a whole rank of elo above them.
What do you guys think about when in queue times, how it's just like the only option you can have is just free for all? Like,
yeah,
I personally think they should just add like it
that's
to where
not even about rank. That's just the queue in general. It should just be
right, but it's that comes with rank. I mean, as well, like rank's included in that. I mean, sure, every game mode has that for anything you're queuing, but it's like that should be something too, and that's again more quality of life than anything. It's like if I'm gonna be sitting 15, I mean not 15 minutes, but like say 5 minutes in the queue, it's like at least let me, most of us we get in the queue and we hold escape or whatever, and now it's just like, okay, wait for the game. Like we pause the game. Nothing good comes out of just like sitting there waiting for your rank game by playing free for all.
I feel like you are not acknowledging my triple knockout, bro.
No, maybe I'm not. I don't know.
Also, I wish we had training mode in queue.
Yeah,
just like
that should be the base. That should be what it is. It should be training mode, not free for all.
Just more options in queue.
A lot of people ask that, and you should be able to play with your teammate. That's not a thing that's easy to do. That's actually really hard.
That's not even important. That's not. I don't even think being able to do that is important. But being able, like, I sit in queue for like 7 to 8 minutes if it's like not prime hours, and even then I sit in queue for like 2 to 3. There's no reason. Well, maybe there is a reason, but it feels terrible having to play against playing free for all. I have so many hours on free for all just because I sit in ranked queue for so long.
Yeah, actually.
Also, another thing is with other games like with League of Legends and Overwatch, the queue time is justified because of how long the games last. There are situations where I play Brawlhalla. Actually, I feel like the majority of the time, my queues are longer than the games actually take place. Like how long the games are.
Mm-hmm.
I think a way to like fix that is make ranked not best of one. Like if queue times can't be addressed, like they don't want higher elo to queue into lower elo faster, then the games need to be longer to increase like retention.
Yeah.
Because when I sit in queue for more than like 5 minutes for 3 games in a row, I just stop because it's not even worth it.
Yeah.
That's a very small scope problem, I guess.
Yeah, that is a very small scope problem.
I feel like another thing is like when you look at it, it's like time is a problem, but also is not having multiple diamonds or things that you go over in diamond, because right now after you get to 20, I'm 2700, like I'm like ranked 3 or 4 in NA, and my game versus a person 300 elo below me is really really not close at all. Like it's really
Yeah,
bad.
it's so bad. Like the skill gap is the same skill gap between like plat and gold and diamond and
Yeah.
plat. Like the skill gap is so big. It is like insane that we're queuing into them.
And not even that. It's not that we're it is that we're queuing into them because we're 300 elo apart. But the thing is, I also have to, at the end of the day, and this is really like not, this is like petty or whatever. But look at it like this: I have to call myself the same rank as that person at the end of
Yeah,
the day.
exactly. Like there's no distinction between I made a tweet. There's no distinction between me with 6,000 hours in the game, 800 elo above 2,000, as the
And Dr.
person who
Phazon.
is exactly 2,000 elo who has played for 100 hours. There's nothing. There's no distinction. My number is just bigger, and nobody can see it because there's no leaderboard, and nobody knows where the leaderboard is. And on the leaderboard, there's people that boost that are higher than me anyway.
And it's not like you
Yeah.
have like some number or on your border or something.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
it's literally just like
It's the same.
Yeah, it's like the thing with like why do you want to get a higher rank? At the end of the season, I'm gonna get the exact same things as Boomie minus like 1,000 glory. So like, what's even the point?
I wouldn't even. I mean,
It's not even once you pass
yeah.
like 50
Yeah.
ranked games, it like plummets.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you're basically getting the same thing. Like, oh darn, you can't afford, the Sky Forged Surrey color that you wanted, but it's like better luck next time.
Yeah.
It's just like, I mean, that, and again, that's like that affects such a small amount of people. It's like, is it worth playing 800 games to get that extra, say, I don't know how the algorithm works, but say a extra 100 just so I can, get this color weapon skin? For me personally, no. And I think most people would say it's like, yeah, it's just the rewards are honestly, and this is my personal opinion, it's just so bad. It's not worth spending all the time that a lot of people do, I think.
Yeah.
But you mentioned briefly about, I think you said it, Boomy, about like the boosters that are same elo as you. What now? There's been like boosters before. Like, how do they just like remove them from the leaderboard? Like, how does that exactly work? Do they ban the account?
Have they punished any boosters?
They've definitely punished
They've definitely removed them from the leaderboard.
They have definitely punished boosters. And I also think like these people are going to be punished. It's just like a matter of when.
Right.
And I feel like it's going to be soon.
I agree.
The issue is like how easy it is to do it. Like if I'm 2600, what is stopping me from getting 2600 again on a random ass account, going on to Japan and queuing into myself and just giving myself so much elo? And then on the same in the same like lens, what's stopping me from queuing into Japan against my friend to make it look like it's nothing?
Yeah.
That we're just playing on Japan.
I'm curious about other fighting games. Is that an issue in other fighting games? Does anybody like know anything
I
about
don't
that?
think
Or is that just,
I don't know.
There's a solution for it. Like the solution would be make it harder to queue into the same person, which that kind of exists, but not really. Like it's not.
I don't think that exists at all.
I think they mentioned it after the first hard reset. They said they made it kind of hard to queue into the same person over and over again, but it's not impactful. Like I'll still queue into Simba, for example, for like 4 games in a row if it's available. But the thing with that is like, what do you want them to do to stop people from queuing into themselves besides having more people for them to queue into. My thing with the boosting is that not that it happens, that it's not dealt with fast. Like they've been on the leaderboard higher than you and just passing you for how long? It should be dealt with like as soon as they realize it exists or
Yeah.
that is happening.
And I think players, this is an issue that I feel like Brawlhalla's had for a good while now. They don't ban players.
Yeah.
Like ever.
Yeah, they never ban
I don't
players.
think they ban players, and I think they should literally somebody's boosting, just don't let them play ranked.
I
I
agree.
guess it doesn't really
It's
matter
free.
because it's
Yeah,
a free
it's
game,
like
but like
don't let them play on that account. Still, that's
yeah,
still something.
whatever it is, it's like something. It's like anything.
Yeah. Same thing, like I think the biggest problem is that this like comparing it to other fighting games is that this game is free. Like other games cost like $60. So you need to pay $60 to get what higher on a leaderboard that nobody cares about anyway in online games.
I mean, even then it's like, yeah, why it's like I don't know. I just feel like if they dealt with boosters quickly, it wouldn't even be coming up
Yeah, it
anymore
wouldn't even
because
be a
like it
problem.
just wouldn't matter.
And well, I was gonna say, and like I guess that's where like something like, and granted, I'm not for this, but like gatekeeping could help with like you would have to be, you know,
Yeah.
level whatever before you can play ranked and have like this person just log on, make an account, and then boost themselves. Like it would have to make a big investment, but at this point, like there's ways around that are so easy. So I don't know how much that would actually help,
No,
but
it's still something like in CS:GO, I definitely there used to be like just like a massive smurfing problem. There
Yeah.
still is, but it's lessened, but it's literally just like you have to play like something like 10-ish casual
yeah,
games until you want to play, and it's literally just like a world of difference, and it's not really like new players for the most part aren't going to be touching the ranked queue anyways until they're like a little bit okay at like free for all and all that other stuff. So I think it's a good idea to put a little bit of a gatekeep.
Yeah, I mean, another thing would be just like gating. I don't even know if it would work, but like gating, doing it to yourself. Not even that, but like you should have to play a certain number of games before you qualify for like a higher rank, in my opinion.
I
Like,
was about to bring that up, and I was gonna ask like, how do you feel about like a best of 3? Like when you get 2000, you actually have to do another best of 3 queuing to get diamond. But I feel like at the end of the day, it's like it's just weird. I don't understand. I don't think it would help that much. Like I feel like if they were to add it to it, should be only for diamond because I
yeah.
don't know. I just don't see the point in putting such like. I don't feel like it's a difficulty barrier. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you just queue again, and if you can just win the next 2 again, whether it's necessarily harder or not is the thing.
What I was thinking is like what Overwatch does is you have to play 50 games in the ranked season before you can be at the highest rank, before you can be top 500. Otherwise, you're just like sitting there with that elo. And like you don't see anything on the leaderboard if you're not top 500, right? Like you can't even see the Grandmaster leaderboard. You can only see the top 500 leaderboard. I feel like something like that in Brawlhalla, obviously to a higher scale, because you need like the games are shorter in Brawlhalla.
yeah,
But something like that could be I think could be a really good solution.
yeah.
But
I mean,
in like the same note, like can you only queue against other top 500 players? What happens when the first top 500 players first
yeah.
top 500 player gets there? Like, is he just alone chilling? Like, what is here's what I think is I think people will boost, people will smurf regardless. Like they will do it no matter what they have to get around, no matter what they have to do. The what needs to be improved, like Pugsy's saying, is how fast like they deal with it.
Yeah. And I mean, I might have missed it, but like the like reporting system, for example, like you guys said, it's like they've never banned anyone as far as we know.
Yeah, people have said not even in terms of just boosting and stuff. That's just a general problem. Like people just say awful shit in post game chat, and
Yeah.
and nothing happens.
And it's easy for like I think a lot of people just turn a blind eye, because they just it's like whatever, like it doesn't matter. But I think it's like something very important that gets ignored like way too easily. Because you shouldn't be allowed to make like, and if this was done to me, I wouldn't throw a fit over it. But it's like when I look at it from a general perspective, it's like I shouldn't be allowed to make a death threat to someone and have like, and granted it's the internet, but it's like there's a report button right there, like for that player. So at least that account should get some sort of punishment. Like there would be some sort of way to, you know, to handle that. But it's just so yeah, it's like I think Pugsy he for like didn't you bring that up like a couple weeks ago or something?
Yeah,
Like how
I
it's like you
talked
can literally
I
say
talked
whatever you
about it a
want, and
lot.
it's like wow, yeah, you actually can, and that's pretty bad. Like I forgot the reporting system was even a thing.
Yeah,
Like
it's also
that's just so bad.
the report button it's kind of like hidden. There's no like you have to like
Look for
I
it.
guess if you know what to do, but you have to like
Yeah.
click on the guy and like press report. It's like in every game, you know, it's just like it's just there, you know, like you know how to
I
report
don't.
people. It's like
I
kind
feel
of
like
awkward to report somebody. It feels like.
I don't know. I don't. I haven't like gone through a lot of online games, but for most games, it's just like either like by the very like right or left of their like what you see when you look at them. But I feel like in Brawl, like for me, I report people a lot by I don't actually go through with the report because you cancel it, but I feel like I get to the report screen a lot by accident, just like trying to spam my way out of the game.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you want to report someone, it's not terrible to find. But I feel like the more important thing is that nothing happens when you do report them, which is what was brought up already. It's like in my entire time playing, I've only known like 2 people that have gotten muted, and it takes like a lot for them, even
Yeah,
them
it
to
took
have
a
gotten
lot.
Yeah,
muted.
you
Like
need to be.
constant,
Yeah,
just
you need to be like a full-blown degenerate to
You
get
have to be
muted.
trying to get muted, actually.
Yeah, and now you say that, it's like it took a lot, like so much, and they just got muted,
Muted.
right? Like
Yeah, they
just a
got
global mute.
muted.
Yeah,
It's not like the account got taken away or anything. It's just, oh, okay, you can't type post game chat. Like, sorry. It's just that's such a lame ass punishment, if I'm being honest. Like,
I mean, really though, like, what do you would for somebody that's toxic? Do you want to like stop them from playing the game? What?
you can't
your
hear your
mic's screwed up.
mic.
Oh, my mic's screwed up. Is it still bad?
I mean, stream can't hear you.
For us,
Stream
it's
can't
fine.
hear me.
Chat is just it's bad.
Oh, okay. Uh,
but yeah, like, I mean, I guess like
Does.
since it's just like shit they're saying or whatever,
No,
like
it definitely
a
matters.
mute is effective, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, yeah, a mute works, but I think also it's like,
okay.
I don't
But
know.
you're not holding them accountable enough. It's like they could be on an
Right.
account with like hundreds of dollars worth of skins, and it's like, okay, I could say whatever I want, but I guess the worst I'm gonna get is just a mute. You know, I'm not gonna lose my
Mhm.
account that I've spent money on. It's just
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I think something that's like I don't think like like I think the system League does is actually pretty good. Like even though there's a huge toxicity problem in that game, like the progressive punishment system is good. I think if you are like ridiculously toxic post game and you get reported and it like auto detects that you were a total like piece of shit, you could get like a hour or like 8 hour suspension from ranked or something like that.
It's a 5 games at the start, and then it goes up to 10 if you keep doing it.
Yeah, and it just progresses, and then if you
The
keep
thing-
doing it, you just get permit.
The thing with that is like, yeah, they should have a progression system, but the thing with muting in League is it still never leads into a ban. If you because it permanently
Yeah,
mutes you. It
that's
never
the
leads into a
thing.
ban.
Like
So
with
even in Brawl, like you're saying they should lose their account for typing
yeah,
something bad.
that's what I was like kind of getting at.
Yeah.
Is that really like what should happen to them if they're just being an asshole? They're not like trying to hack the game or like break into the
Yeah,
They're not
yeah.
servers.
cheating.
And
They're
that,
not
but
ruining the gameplay, but they
I
shouldn't be
think
allowed
so.
to type. I just don't think they should. Like I see.
it fixes the problem of typing or whatever.
But
But
you're not
Yeah.
held accountable enough. It's literally just
I mean, the
Like,
accountability is that you
like,
can't talk anymore.
They
you're
should
not
just get
scared.
perma'd.
You're not scared to be a piece of shit, is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
If you're not
Mhm.
scared to be a piece of shit, then you're gonna be a piece of shit if you're a piece of shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they're just gonna type and then they're just gonna get muted. You know, like,
Mhm.
it's just the system isn't harsh enough to to de-incentivize like people enough to be a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Yeah.
Is a ban really gonna do that though? Like,
yeah,
isn't that
Yeah,
just
people are
A
people
ban
are
is
gonna be
gonna do that if
assholes.
you spent money on your account. Otherwise, no. If you spend money on your account, because like even in other games, like I know Boomie, you're like banned like Dead by Daylight or something. You just make another Steam and buy the game again.
yeah.
So I feel like if you have a lot of on your account, it stops you. But even then, it's a punishment. If you want to keep playing the game, you'll make another account.
I can't actually think of a game other than League of Legends that bans you for like just being toxic.
Yeah, I don't have any problems with how League does it. I think
It's just
that's
not
correct.
hard to be a
Does
decent
League
person
does
at the end
League
of
ban
it.
you from being toxic, or does
League
it ban you from ruining the game?
League
Because
bans you if you're racist and
yeah,
toxic.
Which is what you should be. You should be banned if you're racist in Brawlhalla. I think so.
okay.
I mean,
Maybe suspended at first, but like second strike, you should be done. Like straight up.
I feel like with
But
that kind of thing, with those kinds of games, there's 10 people that you're impacting. With this, it's like only impacting one other person, and it's their choice to stay. And because you can only talk in post game lobby, and
yeah,
like
I
if
know.
the other person can just
Mhm.
leave.
I don't think that
I think
matters. With
straight
that
up,
logic, with
if
that
you say
logic, I can
something
slash full mute
racist, you
all.
should be banned. It
Yeah,
doesn't
you
matter
should.
who it affects. If you are a racist, you should not be allowed to play Brawlhalla.
If you are a racist in League and all 9 other players have you muted, the bot still tells that you are a racist and mutes you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
It's like it's not about ruining someone's day. You shouldn't be doing that. If
Yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah, I understand. But like, if you're like a piece of shit, you shouldn't be allowed to like have
Type.
fun.
Because somebody is gonna get affected, even if they're
Yeah.
avoiding it. You know?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
somebody like may or may not get affected, and
Right.
that's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I mean,
Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, I think whereas like League or whatever, you have the 9 other people that you could be saying a bunch of trash to. It's like with Brawl, like if you didn't just leave the lobby right away or whatever, like it almost could feel for some people like possibly like a lot more personal since it's just like a one-on-one type thing. But at the same time,
Yeah.
it's just
It
it's
definitely
just such a weird
depends.
thing, man. Like,
yeah.
there's so many. It is a problem. What the solution should be, I don't know. It should be a lot harsher than what it is right now, which is nothing, quite
Mm,
frankly.
yeah.
Um, but it's something that's just so overlooked that I personally haven't even thought about until more recently. It's just so
And
crazy.
and yeah, even and that's just like that just goes back to say like even as a starting point, you have to try to get muted in this game. You have to
Yeah.
put in a lot of effort to get even muted in the game. So it just goes to show that even like if you really are doing them, you're not gonna get banned. They're
Mhm.
really trying to avoid you losing your account.
Do you think this like automated system even works?
in
There's
League,
an
No,
I've
in
never heard.
Brawlhalla. Like, do you
oh,
think there is
Brawlhalla,
even an
not
automated
automated.
system?
I don't think so.
I don't
I'm willing
think.
to bet nothing happens.
Who are the people that have actually gotten muted?
I know Amber's been muted.
Yeah, Amber
Like
was muted.
4 years ago.
Really?
Like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
way back. Back when I don't know, they had enough
Yeah.
reports to like control it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Filth was muted, and then there's like one other person that was muted that played Nash or something. I don't remember his name though. And those are
I can't think of anybody else off the top of my head that's been muted.
Yeah.
but
Oh,
But
I know
yeah,
the
it's
Nash
like
player you're talking about. I don't remember his
Yeah.
name though.
the thing is like you can't ban those people through a bot. I'm not that you can't, but BMG definitely will not, considering how like calm they are on the like how they don't want people to lose their account. You know, it's like the same thing where it's like they don't want Diamond to be inaccessible. They don't want to just completely lock people out of their account, especially if they spend money on it. So it's like, if they're going to be banning people for that, it's definitely going to have to always go in through a person. So I don't think a bot would make anything work for Brawlhalla.
You should be auto banned if you say like the N-word or like something like that.
Yeah.
Like something that's like universally racist or universally makes you a piece of shit for saying it. Like that's what League does.
Homophobia.
Yeah, homophobia, stuff like that.
I mean, there's also like a filter, but it's like,
it doesn't work.
If you care enough to put a filter in the game, you should also care enough to do something about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone bypasses and stuff like
that. Yeah, like people, the intent's still there. It's like,
yeah,
you know what it says. It doesn't really change much.
It's like they feel like, oh, this person bypassed the filter. This guy's a king, dude. He actually made it through. That's what it feels like when you get through a filter and nothing happens. It's just like, damn, he's actually clean.
Yeah.
I just saw something in chat too, like all the like clan names aren't regulated at all.
Oh gosh.
Like I would kill the devs and like other things that I can't say on stream. Like, do they just not care about that kind of stuff, or like I don't know, like,
because it's been brought up several times, but it's like they don't want these people, to lose their accounts and whatnot necessarily. But the thing is, well, let me finish. It's like it reflects poorly on BMG itself and Brawlhalla itself if like nothing happens to the people that do this sort of stuff. So it's like, even if it's like, oh no, Toxic Timmy's gonna lose his account. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
that's one person out of like 50,000 that actively play, let's say.
I don't understand it.
Yeah, I think we spent enough time on this topic though. So,
yeah. Like there's just more things need to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Because more than nothing needs to be done.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot.
Yeah, there is a lot. Okay, I mean, that's honestly kind of everything I have. So we can like open it up to chat, ask them, or we can just call it.
We can do
I'm
chat
down
for
to do
like 10
some
minutes
chat,
or whatever.
see what chat has to say. Respond to them.
You can ask your questions in chat, and then Boomie will bring them up.
Recap.
I would say, like they try and focus on like keeping it ranked related, probably, or.
I mean, just ask about anything. Like, if it's a good question.
I don't know if they should ask about anything. I see Gadgets and Tourney in chat, and I'm feeling some kind of way.
Any opinion on Brawlhalla's current marketing strats? We already kind of talked about that. There's like so much untapped potential that they aren't even like trying towards right now.
But I'm sure they're, in terms of what they're actually doing, they're getting what they want out of it.
Yeah.
In terms of like the crossovers and stuff.
Yeah.
Good for them, but. People are gonna stop buying those eventually, right?
You can't use the clan feature on PS4. What the hell?
Yeah, that's just.
Yeah,
that's just
I saw something earlier in chat too, like PS4 especially, which is like what, like the biggest player base or something.
Yeah, PS4 is the biggest player base.
Is completely in the dark.
About rankings. Yeah, you're right.
Like completely in the dark. Not even just about rankings, tournaments.
Yeah, they have nothing.
That kind of stuff. They have nothing.
Don't they have like a different sound engine and stuff as well?
Do.
It's like a different game. It's just so weird to me.
Yeah.
It's just, there's so many things. Like, what are they doing to PS4? Like everyone else is connected, man. What's happening to that?
That's like a
platform. It's just so weird. Granted,
it have input lag.
Not a big deal, but it's just funny. My mic bugging out?
No, it's
a bit staticky.
It doesn't even matter.
No, I was gonna say I can rejoin.
Come to a consensus on what you'd like to change about ranks, like new ranks above Diamond or rewards or whatever. Well, like Diamond, like new rank, was pretty unanimous.
Yeah, I think everyone wants the new rank.
It was unanimous.
Yeah.
On top of that, what we've been like the biggest things that we hit were like the newer player experience needs to be better. Whether that's adding an unranked 1v1 for them to play without like the mental whatever you want to call it about losing or gaining elo. or they need to make it so that you start more like closer to your actual skill level. Because right now, when you start playing Brawlhalla for the first time, you're thrown into silver, and silver players actually kind of know what they're doing. So like the majority of players either lose their first game and quit and uninstall, or they lose like 10 games before they actually get to the rank where they can win. So something needs to be done about that.
And we also like talked about like stuff for high ranks and stuff like that. But I don't think like those even like those matter, but not as much as making it better for new people to play the game.
Yeah, exactly.
That matters the most. Because like I said at the start, the people that are playing this game that high are going to keep playing this game. They've shown that they like the game, and what they're asking you to do is make it better than them. But it's important that you also make it so that people that don't like the game so far, and figure out why they don't and fix those issues.
What'd you think of a ladder, invite to tourneys, or some other esports related benefit for being successful in ranked? There's no reason for that. They should just make ranked its own individual thing, emulate tournaments, emulate tournament games in ranked, but there's no reason for there to be like a direct connection, I don't think.
Especially since the rank system is so screwed.
Yeah, it's so
the
bad.
boosters and stuff.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show where you look at it and it's like stuff like the option to turn off ranked maps into only tournament maps and gadgets, those shouldn't be options. Those should be defaulted to off.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make sense why they're options. Like, why are you giving me the options to play the game worse or not as competitive as I could be playing it? It doesn't make sense for it to be an option. Like, okay, it's an option. It doesn't hurt anyone. That's an option, but it just really shouldn't be one.
No, it's too late for that. If you made it automatically off now, everybody kind of flip out.
I mean, would they even notice?
They would. They would.
You know, like
Where's King's
90.
Pass?
They're not dumb, dude.
At least like 95% of people don't even have a clue that those are options.
It's more like 99. Like
yeah, like nobody even knows that those things exist.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't know. Casuals like bombs and stuff, man. Like, can't just take them out.
The gadgets are gone.
Maybe.
Here, I found a question that here I put it in Discord.
So just read it out.
Okay. Someone said, I think it was Happy H or whatever. They should just do all the things that League does to support esports in game, buying avatars for your favorite orgs, championship skins, even doing skins for BCX winners, like how they have for SKT and SSG skins. Thoughts?
I mean, that's not even like a rank thing. They should be doing.
They should be doing that
for esports.
Yeah, but they have other priorities clearly.
Yeah.
And a thing with I mean, I don't know like how much. I think it's just kind of common sense. Like esports orgs are not forever.
Yeah.
And as long as they are not forever, they can't put something in the game forever, like regarding them. Yep. So they can't add like a permanent what's a org that's gonna leave? Like they can't add a permanent in control avatar that you can buy because in control is not gonna be here forever.
Right.
And like when you look at League, those teams are all like franchise.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, that's the big difference. Yeah. Their League, we're Brawlhalla. Their franchise, we're not. That's another huge part of it.
Those things I'm not gonna say they belong to Riot Games, but like they are like a big. If you do something, you literally have to pay Riot money if you mess up.
If
like,
you
those things, you work for Riot Games, so they can put your stuff in the game, and even if you leave, it doesn't matter. But here, you just don't.
Daiku is typing, "Who cares about legacy avatars?" And clearly BMG does, because every sponsor I've ever had is no longer on my account.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Same guys.
Oh, you poor thing. He doesn't know. He's been rocking the Diamond Avi all year.
It's pretty good, huh?
It's
getting kind of sick. Although in Smite, I do know they have skins from sponsors that don't exist. Like they had one for every Pro League team. Like they have a TSM skin, and they have like a C9 skin, and those guys haven't been involved in like 4 years.
Yeah, but don't those guys get invited to Pro League? Like our Pro League, for example, you invited the players whether they were orgs or not. So it's so like weird.
Well, it was still actually a relegation system back in the day, but I guess that's besides the point. That's not really relevant.
I don't know.
I feel like in fighting games, you're more focused on the players rather than their orgs.
Yeah.
Because you're not part of a team. You're just
like you are you, and your team supports you, but you are you.
Yeah.
Which is like a skin for a BCX winners could work, but it wouldn't be their org skin. It would be their skin. That could work, but you want. I feel like fighting games want you to know about the people and not their teams. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's just the difference between a team game and, something individual like a fighting game.
Yeah.
Like I know most DLCS teams. I know a lot of the Overwatch League teams, but in fighting games and games where it's like focused on the player, you know the players and not who they play for. Really.
Yeah. Someone says, "What are clans even supposed to do?" There's no benefit of having one.
That's a great question.
That is, I don't even think about that. I mean, clans are just useless, honestly.
You go up XP in your clan, and then you can set a message of the day. I think.
Yeah. Clan. I mean, they bring people together, right? Like, is that it? What else do you want them to do? Like have clan battles, like Dyke is saying. I mean, that's kind of
most games with clans have clan rewards though.
I mean, you should.
Yeah, I think clan rewards are good.
You should have like when your clan reaches a specific thing, each member in the clan gets that emote. I mean, that's just something so easy. You just go up XP, you get the icon. If you leave the clan, you lose the icon. If the clan's deleted, everyone in the clan loses the icon.
Yeah, like a guild banner.
Yeah, that's another thing. Somebody said clan leaderboards. That could also be added.
Like XP of clans.
Yeah, and stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like XP is a weird leaderboard to put.
Are there even public clans? Is public clans a thing in Brawlhalla?
No.
There
should be.
Yeah.
People still use those, like the public lobby system.
I haven't been in a public lobby in a long time.
I don't think I've ever joined a public lobby.
I have like in the past month, and it's like, I mean, you can probably count the games that are running on your,
fingers.
Yeah, it's like it's a forgotten thing.
Let me check. I mean,
I don't even know what buttons to press to go there.
So. It's like those kinds of things that make you think, why don't people know about this?
There's 2 pages. Okay, there's 1 page. 22 open games found. It says at the top.
Mine says 40.
Oh, yours does? Oh.
Yeah.
Do you have US West on?
Oh, I have US West, Brazil, C, and Europe all on. So I mean.
I just have US East on.
As you can see.
Yeah, 23 open games.
What if I go to just Japan? Yeah, 0 games in Japan.
I mean, they're all probably asleep right now.
Oh, no. You're smart.
This is their peak hours where they get their rank 1 on point.
Should be the morning for them now.
Yeah.
Who is gonna play Brawlhalla public lobbies in the morning?
You underestimate, but that's why Japan holds rank 1, dude.
That's actually true. Japan is looking strong this patch. With all of their 6 diamond players.
I'm waiting for the Japanese representative to come to BCX, and you'll stay quiet.
Dude, I can't believe they have 6 diamond players. Like they weren't gonna suss that shit out. Like really, bro?
No. They actually have. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 diamond players.
No, it just
happens to be that 3 of them are 1600 elo.
They have 5 players who are above 2000, and one of them is 2800. And what the next closest? There is a rank. There is a rank between these two. This is so stupid. Whatever, I don't even care.
His name is Boomie PS4, and he has a better win rate than Tiger, and he's gonna hold it till season ends. You're all so mad.
God.
He actually doesn't have a better win rate than Tiger. In terms of percentage.
Not?
Tiger's lost 2 games. What's going on there? How's that guy been the best player for like literally forever?
Oh, actually, another thing I wanted to talk about is how easy it is to go from starting to rank 1. Like how fast you can do it. Do you guys also think that's an issue? Because it takes me like 4 hours to go from 1200.
The game's fast. I mean, the game's just fast, and if you're winning, it gives you more.
That's just a thing, I guess. Like you played 115 games on your rank 4 account.
Yeah.
That's like almost as much as I've played. That's just the result of people.
Yeah. Like if you wanted more, if you wanted to take longer to get rank 1, what you need is more people playing, or you need to be gaining less elo and losing less. That way, it's just taking longer for you to climb overall, but it also takes you longer to go down. So it's just like the game is fast. You go up a good amount, so you're gonna get rank 1 if you're the only one trying to get rank 1.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, in other games, it's also just people can get screwed by their team, but in Brawlhalla, it's literally just if you're the better player than the guy you're playing against, you're gonna get the elo, and then you're just gonna rank up. There's no team variance or anything like that.
Yeah, there's never a time where you lose and it wasn't your fault in Brawlhalla. So you're always gonna, I mean, yeah. So you're always gonna, if you're the rank 1, you should get rank 1 as fast as you can. And if that happens to be 4 hours, I mean, okay.
Yeah, they just need cool ass rank rewards, and then everyone would play. Like genuinely, if there was like some cool ass thing that you got for being like top 15 or something like that.
Yeah, even just like some metadev tier skin where it's just like you can kind of tell they didn't work on it that much. It's just like literally just something cooler.
Yeah. Like borders, like Daiku's saying, is like honestly the biggest selling point. If every time I queued into a game and it said number 1 at the top, like everyone would want that. Every single person would want that.
Yeah.
I mean, that also goes to like what happens if I'm EU and do I get the number 1, or is it just on who is in the world?
It should be based on your region. It should be based on your region, in my opinion, because like with EU here, what's a region that's like super far behind right now? Like with C, their highest person is 2,500, just because of their lack of player base. He's still the number 1 player in C. So he should still be number 1, in my opinion.
Yeah. Maybe it should even be based off peak after a certain time gate or something.
Oh yeah. So like if you drop at the very end, it doesn't even really matter because you were still at like 3,000.
Yeah.
I mean, the way League does it is rank just resets every night, so it updates based on that. Like if you get into what would be considered challenger, it doesn't say your challenger till the day ends.
That's good.
You also can't lose it till the day ends.
We should have a challenger tier, like a super challenger tier, like a super
Fire
god
Diamond.
unfaker tier.
Remember that was the talk, dude? Fire Diamond.
Yeah, and then it never happened. Dude, there's seriously 2 ranks worth of elo between me and 2,000, and I'm the same rank as fucking little Timmy, who's 2,000.
Can't be the same rank as Dr. Phazon for much longer, dude. It's kicking in.
Yeah. Okay. One more question, maybe.
Make it a good one, guys. Let's wrap.
Yeah.
What should be the cut between the elo above diamond and the top percent, as you said earlier?
There should just be something. There should be a new rank, the same increment as all the other ranks. So like 400 elo is fine. 300 elo is fine,
I think
honestly.
2400 is a good cut.
Yeah,
20. Yeah, I think at 24 or 2500 there's a new rank, and then there's just a top 200 or top 100, top 50.
Like top 10 or top 15.
Anything
you have to think about it. How many? Okay, what qualifies you like to be at like that high rank? Is it like, are you a top 32 player? Are you a top 8 player in tournaments?
I mean, it doesn't matter when it comes to tournaments.
Yeah,
you rank really well.
That's just a separate thing. But
yeah,
if it was 2400, like for example in US East, there would be there would be what? There would be 73 players, 74 players that would be able to qualify for that rank. So at that point, it's like, if it was 2400, is that even worth it? Like, for a new rank? I don't know.
I think 2400 for a new rank is fine, and then that rank, like you just said, is gonna be like maybe
Probably just be
or
ordered.
even if you just want to make it so the top 100 is that new rank, that's still fine. Because 2400, there's 74 people above it, right? Just make the top 100 a new rank then, if that's what the number we're getting at.
I honestly think 2500 is better. Or I think 2400 is a really weird number because there's no 400 elo gap between any other rank. I actually think it'd be better
Yeah,
if
there
we
is. Is there not?
Platinum starts at 1680. So that's
Yeah,
like 320. So I actually think a better solution is to add 2 new ranks, but maybe that's too much because there's like nobody that's 2700, which would be the second rank.
I think 2400 or 2500 and then top 10 is fine.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And you could even lower that to like 2350 or something like that, and then top 10.
Yep.
I'm trying to think about this, right? Because, like, are they really gonna add? Is it even worth it, even just for, like, I don't know, quality of life, to add top 10? You know?
They should add a top like
Maybe it should literally just
0.1%,
be.
I think.
It should literally just be diamond, and then like top 250 global as a different rank or something.
Yeah.
Global?
There's so many ways to do it.
There's so many ways to do it, yeah.
They should do something.
Yeah, they should do
but
something.
again, it's just like it goes back to what you're saying about like reporting and stuff. It's like something's just still better than nothing at this point, at least. Yeah, because right now it's all one big jumbled mess of how we wanna like section off each rank. But like that's I mean the top 10 be a separate rank is an interesting idea. Have like okay, once you are in like top 250, like that could work as well. It's just all up to like BMG at the end. Like okay, what do they think is gonna work best?
The most important thing is you just need to understand that there's a difference in skill between the bottom of diamond and even the middle of diamond, the middle of diamond, and the top of diamond.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way League does it is actually really good, where there's like a cut at 25 or like at Diamond 1. Like once you get past Diamond 1, you're the new rank, right?
Yeah.
So like there could be a new rank at whatever elo it is. And then I mean, League's player base is way bigger. So we don't need like Master, Grandmaster, and Challenger. We just need one of those where everybody gets clumped into the new like rank higher, right? And then in that rank higher, like you battle it out, right?
Yeah. Also, to fix what we're talking about, they could just break up diamond into.
Yeah, they could just break up diamond. Honestly,
like there's nothing wrong with them just breaking up diamond, and then after diamond 1, or well, we go up so diamond 4 or 5.
Yeah.
4, right? Yeah. After diamond 4, it's just like, okay, now you're master. Congrats.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's like honestly the easiest and most simple solution on their end, logistics wise.
And if they break up diamond, and sure, a lot of people would still be able to get into master, but it would definitely not be more than like 100 probably.
Yeah, it'd be way hard. Like diamond is so easy to get at the later points of the season. It's honestly insane.
It didn't used to be like that though, right? When they removed D5, it just kind of all jumbled up into the entirety of diamond. It's like spread out. It's like a bunch of just like diamond 5 tier players, and then masters was just all the high tier diamond players.
Yeah, I mean,
just kind of moved everything up a little bit.
What League did was weird because they like added a new rank below and above, and we don't need to do that. We just need to add a rank above.
Yeah, their
I
explanation
thought 10 was a
good
meme
because
until I saw somebody hit it. So like
the people like at the bottom of diamond were way worse than the people at the top of diamond, and the people at the bottom of masters were way worse than the people at the top of masters. Apparently, is why they did that.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the same problem that we have.
Yeah.
But it's like 3-way. Like mid diamond demolishes like barely diamond,
Yeah.
and high diamond demolishes mid tier diamond. There needs to be like a separation.
Yeah.
Okay. GG's. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you to Phazon and Pugsy for stopping in.
No
and
problem.
follow all of us on Twitter. Our Twitters are on the screen right now. And let us know what we should talk about next.
Yep.
Thank you for the
Thank
Twitch
you for all the
Prime.
subs, by the way. Yeah.
And yep, bye.
See you guys.